Hello, welcome to Balsall Heath, and here is the site of our little city farm and other parts of St Paul's Trust, which we're a member of. There's our community planter, maintained by our gardeners. This is Malvern Street here, which was a terrace street, but that was demolished in the 60s, and then the land has been able to be used for community use. So as we walk down Malvern Street towards our entrance, over to the right is Balsall Heath Children's Centre and St Paul's Nursery. This was one of our lockdown projects, creating this bed with donated sleepers and topsoil. It's a waiting planting really when we can resume our gardening activities. As you can see, obviously the farm is closed currently due to the lockdown. And our front gate here. So we have some gardening areas here, again, just waiting for our gardeners to return. Obviously through the boot dip, because of the avian influenza. There's a risk of that in the country. Right, here we go. So here's our recycling and compost area where we compost things from our community cafe and our animal wastes for our gardens. Ducks and geese here. There's our Chinese geese. Our beautiful Chinese geese. And various types of domesticated duck. As you can see, they're all netted to keep the wild birds away that may bring in the avian influenza. And then our little bantams. We've got some bantams in here, Pekins and barred Wyandottes, and I'll show you later what we're doing with their eggs currently. A rabbit exercise area. Here's our main laying hens. We've got quite a lot of hens at the moment. We've got 20 in here, and we're getting plenty of eggs to sell to our visitors when they come back. And then over here we have our rabbit and guinea pig hutches. Our turkeys. Crackle and Pop. Hello, Pop. Oh, it's starting to show off, getting his tail out. Okay, and then obviously we have this big pergola in the middle. Giant sand pit for children to play in when they can return, hopefully. And a gardening area that was helped. Raised beds built by the Prince's Trust 2 years ago. And they are great for our older gardeners, including myself. And one of our greenhouses, we've got 2 on the farm. Rain-saving barrels, of course, for watering the plants, so we're not using our purified drinking water all the time. This is like an outdoor classroom area, and we can also have a fire pit here and do storytelling and things like that. You see the railway embankment covers one side of our farm. And then over towards the buildings. So we have the farm classroom here. Which is a multi-purpose room. Should be able to be hired once we come out of this pandemic for children's parties and meetings and such like. And as you can see over here, there's some of our bantam eggs in the incubator. We've been in there a week, so hopefully we'll have some chicks around about during the Easter holiday. And our chilli seedlings on the windowsill here, looking okay. And then the stable block, which is where our sheep and goats spend the night times when they're not outside. Another lockdown project was having a proper toilet installed for our visitors and staff. And again, it makes the farm more sustainable in that we can hire out the farm for people to use. Take a walk down now through the site. Lovely hyacinths growing in our garden this time of year. Over to the left is St Paul's Venture, which is used for after school and holiday childcare and play schemes, and also our community cafe operated by our partners, the Active Wellbeing Societies in there. And then over to the left, some more of our raised beds, which were produced by the Prince's Trust again in February last year, in March actually, just before lockdown. And this is the important work here that our partners, the Active Wellbeing Society, are doing. They're currently a takeaway cafe, serving from the window, and food parcel distribution for those that need it, which is operated by the Share Shack staff. And then around here's our paddock, where our sheep and goats go in the daytime, with, in the background, very common in this part of Balsall Heath, is the terraced housing, so really gives you that idea of it being a city farm. Okay, well that's a virtual tour of our farm here in Balsall Heath. We can't wait to welcome the visitors back in hopefully April the 12th, when outdoor venues can reopen. So hope to see you then. Bye bye.